All right, welcome back. Today we want to take a look and focus on Narok County. They have an investment conference coming up and it is dubbed Invest in Narok. So we want to look at what are the business opportunities in that country, what are the challenges facing that county, and how are they dealing with some of those challenges. And to put that into perspective, we have none other than Samuel Tumai, who is the governor of Narok County. He will be joining Muteki Njao. If you have any questions, comments and views, our SMS number is 22422. That number again is 22422. Talk to us and let us know exactly what your feelings are, what your questions are, and of course what your views are about the matter. Remember also on Twitter, the hashtag to use is Power Breakfast. Muteki.
Karibu Governor.
Asante.
Before we go to the investment conference, let's start with the topical subject, which is rains and the El Nino. You remember earlier this year some people died in Narok because of flooding, and it was very unfortunate. And when we are thinking about El Nino, actually people think about Narok, apart from other places. How have you been able to cope with it?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mutegi. Yes, indeed, in April this year, which is our main rainy season, we had a lot of rain and we lost life and property. And since then, as the county government, of course with the national government, we were able to join together and make some intervention, which has actually produced some results, because we have been able largely to manage the situation at the moment. We have had a lot of rains in the last 2 to 3 weeks in Narok County, and especially in Narok Town. And because of the intervention which we have made, we are able to construct check dams from the source of this water. And because of that intervention, because of the check dams which the county government was able to make, and of course and we want to thank the national government, especially the national water, because they are also able to make 1 big check dams and another 3. So because of those check dams, we have been able to control the water flow, especially on the flood path. And therefore, yes, the damage is there, but we have been able, it has been very minimal, because of the intervention which we have made at the county government.
And what are you doing with that water, the one in the dams?
At the moment, you know, this water, we have been able to, of course, to store it, and after it we have been able to release to some of the neighboring farms, and then to create room for more water to be stored during the rainy season.
There have been proposals that Narok Town may be moved from there.
Now
people suggest because of that problem, Narok Town can be moved to a better area. Is that feasible? Is it possible?
Okay. Mr. Muteki, that is a good question. You know, as the new county government, we are barely 2.5 years since we took office. And we were able to inherit both the Narok Town Council and of course, the Narok County Council. Narok Town is the headquarters of Narok County, and you know, there are a lot of buildings. There's of course a lot of shops. There are malls which has been constructed at Narok Town. There have been people who have been talking and giving suggestions that because of the challenges of floods, maybe we consider moving the town from the present location. As the county government, our first priority is to manage the floods, which we are doing at the moment. We are still working on it, and eventually we are sure that we'll completely be able to manage that flood which has been really bringing havoc to Narok Town. Now, we have our county integrated development plan, and the Narok Town integrated development plan, which has been finalized. That plan, of course, informs where various zones which we have been able to make in the Narok Town is going to be located. So what we are proposing, what we are saying as a county is already the town is congested. Because of the expansion, the town must expand. And what we envisage is that we are not going to demolish or say to move town. What is going to happen is that we are going to expand the town, because in any case, you know, the present location is congested, and therefore the town have to move out. And therefore, the issue of saying we are going to demolish or move the town does not arise. What is going to happen is that the town will automatically expand, because we want to set interests in various locations. There is bypasses as informed by the integrated plan, that the northern the northern bypass and the southern bypass from Siapei, which is actually a few kilometers to Narok town. The northern bypass will pass Rotian and Gareta and then connect with the Bomet Road, and then the southern bypass will pass through our current slaughterhouse and then also connect to Bomet Road. So what happens is that in between, the people will have to move out and construct more shops, more schools, more health facilities, and therefore the town will automatically expand on its own.
There are reports that one of the problems we have is that the flood area, when you dig trenches to remove to contain the water, you meet some construction, some properties, private properties. Therefore, you can't go ahead. What can you do about that?
Okay. Narok town is located in a basin.
Yes.
You know, it's in a basin. So what happens is that when there is heavy rains at the top area, you know, all this water forms and move right across in the middle of town. Now what happens, of course this didn't start yesterday, you know, it has been happening for the last several years, more than 20-30 years ago. And the problem was the previous county council actually gave out what was the plots at the riparian area, because there was supposed to be a riparian area. Those plots were not supposed to be given out and building being constructed on the riparian area. But the previous administration already gave out these plots, people constructed buildings, and yes, it's a challenge as we try to open up that area so that water will be able to flow to the river. Now we have been able, as much as possible, to do what we can to open up that area, and it has been very helpful. But yes, the challenge of building remains. And what we are doing as the county government is we have opened up a conversation with the owners of this building to see on how some of them can especially the ones which really are trying to prevent the expansion of the water flow area, so that some of them might be demolished in the future.
You can now talk about Invest Narok.
Yes.
We have seen many counties have those investment conferences and exhibitions and whatever. I think you are on some of the latest. What is your target?
Thank you, Mr. Mutegi. Actually, that is the reason why I'm here this morning. Mr. Mutegi, Narok County is one of the richest county, not only in Kenya but in this region. And for the last 2.5 years, we have taken a lot of time. Of course, first of all, as I've just said, mapping our resources to know exactly what do we have as Narok before we decide to host an investment conference. Of course, our investment conference is largely informed from our county integrated development plan, which is a 5-year development plan. So we have mapped our resources. We know exactly what is where. Narok County is approximately 18,000 square kilometers. We have areas which are very suitable for agriculture. We have energy. We have areas which are suitable for education opportunities, health facilities, and so forth. So, Mr. Muteki, what we have done is, after mapping our resources, we have been able to identify the various sectors which we want now to move to the investors, both local and international, to call upon them to come now and invest in those areas, in those sectors. Of course, when I talk of mapping, before you tell an investor to come and put his or her money, whether it's a local or international investor, you need really to, for example, if it is wheat, you need to convince the investor that you really have enough wheat for that investor to come and put his or her money. For example, what we are talking about, value addition, that there is enough raw material for them to come and put their money into a milling plant. Now, Mr. Mutegi, as you know, in agriculture, for example, because this is one of our very, very serious focus as a county, we are the largest producers of wheat in this country. We produce a lot of maize, we produce a lot of barley, we produce a lot of tomatoes, a lot of potatoes, a lot of sugarcane. We have very suitable areas, and other and vegetable and other products. Of course, we have a lot of cattle. As you know, cattle is, Maasai is, cattle is the DNA of the Maasai community, which is really largely inhabited in Narok County. So, most of these products which we are producing, from time immemorial, we have been selling them as raw material. In fact, many times our farmers has been incurring a lot of loss because, for example, this year they have been able to produce a lot of barley. We only depend on East African breweries to sell our barley. They are not able to absorb the whole demand. We have been able to produce a lot of wheat this year. We depend on millers in Nairobi to buy this wheat. Our farmers are suffering because we really just depend on millers in areas and from other areas. Now, the initiative which we have taken as the county government is that I've been able to move out and look for investors, both local and international. And for wheat, for example, what we are saying is, because we are producing a lot of wheat in Narok, what we need more than 200 metric tons at a potential of, we are only, the potential is actually larger because we are only utilizing 28% of arable land. The remainder is not yet utilized. So what we are saying is we want an investor to come and put a milling plant that will value add wheat in Narok County, so that our farmers will be able to transport their wheat just to Narok town, not to Nairobi. And therefore, because the miller in Narok for either maize or wheat will require the raw material which is available in Narok, readily available, now the market will be ready for our farmers, and the prices will be better, because now even the transport costs will not arise. So
that looks very logical. Why can't you get the millers in Nairobi to come to Narok?
No, what we are saying is,
instead of even having a conference, you can tell millers, look, come to Narok. We want our wheat. We want, yeah. No, Mr. Mutegi, I've just talked about two products. Yeah.
That is, we have quite a lot in store. Yeah. So we are looking for investors to come and put up those milling plants. Now, about cattle, our farmers, Narok County actually is feeding Nairobi. A lot of our cows are coming to Dagoretti and so forth. And what we are saying also, we want a modern abattoir. We want somebody to come and construct one, so that all our cattle will be, beef cows will be able to get a market in Narok. Value addition will be done at the county level. And by the time they are moving out, out of Narok, value addition will have been added. That way, we will, of course, get a market for our products, for our cattle, for our beef cattle, and then secondly, we will create jobs, because that is also what we are looking at, and grow the local economy. So we are also talking about dairy cows. We have a lot of dairy cows. We produce a lot of milk, but there is no single milk processing plant at the county level. So we also want an investor to come and set up a milk processing plant, so that all our milk will be value add at the county level. That way also we'll grow the local economy, we will create jobs, and of course we'll get a market for our products. The same to potatoes. We produce so much. We want to do value addition at the county level. The same for tomatoes. The same for onions, because we also produce a lot. So we are saying the potential of this county is very large. We are only, of course, utilizing 28% of arable land. Now, when we have all these investors coming to set industry at Narok County, what it means is that now will open up the county for proper investment. Now our farmers will be able to commit more of their land into food production, into agricultural production, because now they know there is a market. You know, before the farmers are frustrated, and therefore they have not been able to commit all of their available land into farming, because the ones who have already committed are running at a loss.
Oh, you have already told me Narok is the richest, one of the richest counties. And your riches normally, you have a gold mine in the form of the Masai Mara Reserve. It has been, it's one of the best, you know, I think 7th wonder or 8th wonder of the world. There is revenue from that gold mine. How has it benefited the people of Narok?
Thank you, Mr. Mutegi. Of course, I'll cover other areas, because we have a lot of other areas of investment which I have not covered.
Yeah.
But because you have talked about the Mara, of course, we as county of Narok are proud to be the ones having the 8th wonder of the world. As the county government, of course, we inherited this from both the Trans-Mara and the Narok County Council. And yes, the Mara has also been having a lot of challenges, as you know, that we have been having few tourists coming because of security challenges in the country, and of course, as the county government of Narok, just to answer, to go specific to the question you have answered, we have taken a number of initiatives to see to it that the people of Narok, and especially the ones living around the game reserve, benefit from the revenues accrued from the Masai Mara Game Reserve. The initiative we have taken is, under my own initiation, we made a law that provides that 19% of the income from the Masai Mara goes to the especially communities around the game reserve. So we created a board, we call it the Masai Mara Support Fund. There is a board which is running it, which come from the local communities, and of course from that the communities now around are feeling also that you know, they are getting the benefits which are coming from the Mara. So 19% of our collection actually goes to those communities.
When the 19% is collected and given to county, how is it used?
Now there is a board and there is a formula which that money is being divided, and it goes to the communities around to support water activities, to support school fees for some of the children who are not able to pay the school fees. Some are paying medical fees for medical bills for some of the children who come from these areas. So it is really working, and it is the benefits is going down to the people who really who have actually suffering much because of the Mara, because of living around the Mara. Because you know, the communities which are living the Mara, they cannot farm because the animals come and destroy the crops and so forth, and that's why we are saying they must benefit from this great resource.
There was an issue about collection of money, the people, tourists who come, and sometimes back there was the former government, I think, the former county council had hired Equity Bank to collect the money, and I think when you became governor you cancelled the contract. What is the
Mr. Mutegi, there is a history to that.
Yes.
I think it's public knowledge.
Yes.
Before we came in, Equity Bank was collecting revenue. We had there were issues between us and Equity, and which went to court, and the court ruled in our favor. That matter is actually now behind us, Mr. Mutegi. We have since moved on. We have a new revenue collector who is doing very well. They are collecting revenue, and actually
was right the company associated with you? There was that in Masai Mara?
Mr. Mutegi, these issues were on public knowledge before.
Yes. Yeah. What do you say about them?
And of course, we put to tender, we advertise, and we followed all the proper processes, and we are able to secure a company called CAPS. These allegations has come before, and it's all been proven through actually proper auditing and other government arms of government, that really I have no personal interest in any of that company.
And CAPS is a company which is even deals in Nairobi.
You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Mutegi, just to go back to really the investment summit which we are saying. So we are saying we have opportunities in agriculture, we have opportunities in energy. Narok County has a lot of geothermal power. We have opportunities for wind energy, solar, and biogas, and of course wind energy. So these are some of the sectors which also we are calling for investors to come and invest in Narok County, and this is what we want to showcase to the world at the Mara, both for looking for investors, both local and international. Now, in education, we also have opportunities in Narok County for both primary and secondary schools. For private universities, we also want more universities in Narok County, and of course technical colleges. We also have opportunities in health sector. As you know, Narok is really strategically located. We are barely 2 hours from Nairobi. We don't have a single private better health facility in the county, and we are also looking for investors to come and set up a good private hospital, so that to serve that part of the world, Narok County, South Rift, and actually part of South Nyanza. We also looking for investors to come up, put out a pharmaceutical manufacturing plant, so that we'll be able to manufacture medicine in Narok County, not only for this county but for the region. We are also looking at alternative medicine, and we want for some investor to come and set up some plan for alternative medicine at the county level. So
Masai is always selling all over the country. They're selling herbs and it's only that's not coordinated.
Yes, that's why.
What can you do about that?
That's what we are saying now. We want to do it in a very structured way. We now want to provide an opportunity for some of the medicinal plants which are really available at the county level, so that they are now dealt in a very professional way. So this is what we are looking at. We also have opportunities in the infrastructure. We want to improve on our roads. As you know, that really for us to open the county, the roads are very, very critical. They are very, very important, and we are also looking for investors to come and set up, improve on our infrastructure. Mr. Mutegi,
what are you doing? What can you do about that? Road is a national business.
Yeah, it's a national function. Yes.
Yeah.
But because of the importance of the roads to the local economy, we have been able actually ourselves as the county government to at least improve approximately 2,000 of our kilometers of our roads by maraming, by at least making it motorable, so that the farmer is able at least to transport their produce from the farm up to the local market. And of course we cannot just sit as the county government and say we wait. I've initiated a lot of contacts with the national government and also the private sector to see on how we can at least make intervention on some of the very, very critical roads at the county. We are also looking at improving some of our airstrip, especially in the game reserve. The 8th wonder of the world, we have a lot of tourists who flow, especially during the migration, during the high season, and we want all our airstrip, especially inside the game reserve, to be tarmacked. We are also looking at.
Who are you giving that responsibility to?
We want some kind of PPP, between us and in the private sector, so that some of these airstrips are improved. We also are looking. There is also a big opportunity for an international airstrip. As you know, there are so many tourists who come, and then of course the way we have positioned our county for investment, it means that now there will be a lot of produce, there will be a lot of products coming out of the county, and some of them will be find their way into the international market. So there is also that opportunity. I also want to say that as the county government, we thank the national government, because the standard gauge railway will pass through Narok, and that way we are telling the investors, both local and international, that now you will be able to transport your products at a very short time, and of course at a reasonable cost to Mombasa, so that we'll be able to transport our products into the international market with minimal cost. So this is also a great opportunity because the SGR will open up the county for more investment.
You have talked about all this investment. One of the requirements for investment, like you are talking about industries, building industries, is labor. Where is the labor from? If you say, for instance, you have no private universities, we have only one university. I don't know the number of technical colleges you have. If I come there to invest in build a factory, where will I get the labor?
Thank you, Mr. Mutegi. You are raising a very fundamental point. I want to tell both local and international investors coming to Narok that there is a readily available skilled and unskilled labor force in Narok County, and of course the surrounding. You know, there are a lot of the people of Narok have really gone to school. We now have a lot of graduates who have no jobs. We have a lot of also school leavers who have diplomas, who have certificates, and they are looking for jobs. So there is no, I want to tell everybody that the labor is readily available. We have no shortage really. I've just said that one of our focus and one of our aims is that as these industries come and set up in Narok County, we will create jobs for the local community. So I want to say that we have a readily available workforce at the county level.
Have you, in your planning, set up specific land for those factories you are talking about, that investment?
Yes.
Have you set up an area like an industrial area?
Yeah, I've just told you, Mr. Mutegi, that we have the Narok Town Integrated Development Plan.
Yes.
So we know exactly, we have zoned it out. We know where the milling plant, for example, for wheat and maize and other agricultural products are going to be located. We also have what we propose to be an education city. We have what we propose to be a health city at the county level. So all that have been mapped out, all that have been worked out, and that's why now we are moving to the world. By the time we go, we are telling the investor, we are ready. So in fact, I just want to tell you that already we have a number of international investors who are in town. As you know, our investment summit is taking place on 3rd and 4th, which is actually Thursday and Friday. So some of them, we have already made that decisions. Some of them whom we have already convinced to come and invest at the county level have already come in to go and explore, because the strategy which we used, Mr. Muteki, at the county is, before we went to the world, as I've said, we map out, and then meetings were organized with strategic investors, both local and international. I was able as governor to have one-to-one meetings with key investors. In fact, most of them are the owners of those investment, and they were able to come to Narok before the summit. So we have been able as county government to take them around and show them where those interests are going to be set up, and of course some of them are now coming to go and see some of the land, so that by the time we go to the Mara on 3rd and 4th to the conference, they already know where those interests are going to be set up.
You have said you only use 28% of your
arable land.
Yeah. That the rest is not
utilized. Yes.
Are you welcoming people who want to be farmers to come and get land and farm?
Mr. Mutegi, let me tell you, there are reasons why we are only utilizing it 28%. One, of course, as I was saying, is there was a big challenge of the market, that those ones who have already committed their land into wheat are not able to sell their produce and make profit and make money. Now that we have opened up the county for investors to come and set up and do value addition at the county level, because that's what we are saying. And I actually want to take this opportunity to thank the Narok County Assembly, because we are working together, and they are actually in the process of making a law that will that provides that all the produce which we produce at the county level will be value added at the county level, so that there is nothing which lives at the Narok County before value addition has been done. So what I'm saying is, because of the kind of investors who are coming to set industry, the people, the citizens of Narok themselves, will be able to commit more of their land into farming. It's not that they are not able. Of course, we know also that there is the challenge of capital. There is the challenge of finance. And we are talking with a number of financial institutions so that as much as some of these financial institutions will be able to help some of the investors to access capital, some of these institutions we are also talking to provide capital to the farmers so that the people will be able to have finances to be able to expand on some of the land which they have.
We've got a number of comments here from our viewers. One of them is saying, Mutege, I'm a friend from Narok, the Mara Reserve. Please ask the governor to clarify on the 19%. Please tell him to stop. Oh, he's saying you're lying. I don't think so. That was it's a milk cow for minting money. No accountability. The body language is betraying him. Narok Hospital doesn't even have a panado, leave alone personnel.
Mr. Mutegi, you know, of course, as county, we also have people who think otherwise, and they are loud. But I want to say that
what is the state of the
19% is working properly. There is a board which is functional. I know the people. I know the people.
They are your friends.
Yeah, I know the people who we have appointed are working very well. I know that elected leaders from the surrounding areas, that is the members of the county assembly, are really doing very well in terms of utilizing that 19% for the benefit of those communities. Now, when you talk of the Narok Referral Hospital, I also want to say that the conditions to which we got that hospital, which we inherited, of course, was wanting. And we have taken a number of initiatives, Mr. Mutegi. One of it, we have been able to employ approximately 280 health workers at Narok County. Some of the doctors are now at the Narok Referral Hospital. So we have been able to improve on that. Of course, drugs we have been able to procure. I know that
not even abandoned.
Yeah, I know. Of course, that is a total lie. The people of Narok themselves know that we have been the Narok County Hospital is properly functional. We have been able to procure ambulances, which has been helping our citizens and taking them to other hospitals free of charge. So I know we are not where we are, but we have made a lot of progress in as far as healthcare is concerned.
Okay, finally, I'm told the time is up, but we need to talk about the management of the reserve. There are people who are complaining about grazing there, and also the building of building inside there to disrupt the livestock, to disrupt the wildlife.
Okay. I believe that the issue of the Masai Mara really is, we need time. So sorry for another day. But just to answer what you have said, the Narok County government has prepared a management plan, which we are going to launch very, very soon. That management plan provides on how we are going to improve on the management of the game reserve. So we know those challenges are there. When I came in, I actually stopped the construction of any more lodges at the game reserve. I was able to do that myself. And as I say, what we need is a management plan which you have worked on. It's actually ready. And now I've brought in various stakeholders at the county level. Actually, when I came in, I brought in all the stakeholders in the industry. And we had a function where they brought in the ideas on how we are going to improve on the game reserve. We have taken the ideas and put it into a management plan, and this is what we are going to launch very, very soon. So I just want to tell the industry and all other stakeholders that we took your suggestions very seriously in terms of the conference which I call on, and very soon that management plan will be implemented. And with that one, all the challenges which has been there.
Who is responsible for road to that national reserve? The road there. Who is responsible for construction and the repair of the road?
This is us as a county government.
Somebody saying the roads are terrible.
We did the roads. When we came in, we did. I'm sure part of the people are talking are the critics. But I want to say for the people who have been using it, they know that the game reserve is better than what we found it. And of course, we don't say we are perfect, but we have been improving. And very soon we'll reach where we are in terms of ensuring that the Masai Mara Game Reserve is managed properly.
Thank you very much, Madam Governor, Mr. Samuel Tunai. And if you want to be rich on the 4th, is it 4th?
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th of December, this next month, this week, go to Narok. See what you can do and make your money there.